Welcome back to Real Reddit Moments, where we explore troubled family stories, hidden name battles, and am I a bad person? Moments that make you ask, why is naming your baby so complicated? Today, we're diving into a story that's been making waves on Reddit, one that anyone who's ever been pregnant or is expecting a baby can relate to. What happens when two women, both expecting daughters, clash over a name? And who has the right to a particular name? The story is titled AITA for telling her pregnant stepsister that I won't name my daughter after hers. Is OP a selfish and unsympathetic person, a person who justifiably defends her right to choose, or someone who has put unnecessary strain on family relationships? Find out and let us know what you think. This story comes from Reddit user NamingDilemmaOP, well, call her OP, a woman who is expecting her first child. OP and her husband have been married for a few years and are very happy to know that they are expecting a baby girl. Ever since she was little, OP dreamed of naming her daughter Lily. The name is not only beautiful, but also has a special meaning to her, and her husband loves it too. They have decided that if they have a daughter, they will definitely call her Lily. Meanwhile, OP's stepsister, whom we'll call stepsister Sarah, is also pregnant and is due just a few weeks earlier than OP. Sarah is OP's stepmother's daughter, and OP and Sarah are not on the best of terms, but they don't have any significant conflicts either. One day, at a family gathering, Sarah happily announced that she and her husband had decided to name their daughter Lily. OP was completely shocked. She couldn't believe this coincidence. OP tried to hide her surprise and discomfort, but inside she felt a great disappointment. Soon after, Sarah approached OP privately, with a bright smile and a surprising suggestion. "Oh, I know you like the name Lily too, so let's name our daughter Lily. It would be so cute if our two girls were named Lily, like cousins." This idea made OP feel extremely uncomfortable. For OP, Lily was a name she had cherished for a long time, a special name for her daughter. Having two girls named Lily in the same large family, born at almost the same time, would create confusion and lose the specialness of the name. Furthermore, Sarah's initiative to suggest this made OP feel like Sarah was trying to possess the name. OP, despite feeling awkward about telling someone who was pregnant, decided to be honest and set boundaries. She looked at Sarah and said, politely but firmly, "Sarah, I know you love that name, but I've dreamed of naming my daughter Lily for a long time. I really don't want two girls named Lily in our family, especially when they're born so close together. I wouldn't name my daughter Lily if your daughter was named Lily." Instantly, the atmosphere became tense. Sarah, who had been beaming a moment before, suddenly changed her expression. She started crying, saying that OP was selfish, unsympathetic, trying to ruin her joy, and not considering the feelings of a pregnant woman. Sarah felt insulted and excluded, saying that OP was trying to control her and her child. OP's stepmother, Sarah's mother, also intervened, supporting Sarah and criticizing OP for being heartless for upsetting a pregnant woman. OP felt completely justified in defending her right to choose a name for her child, but was accused by her entire family of being a bad person. Seeking validation and advice, OP posted her story on Reddit, asking the community, AITA. OP's post exploded on Reddit, garnering tens of thousands of comments and hundreds of thousands of upvotes. The thread touched on one of the most contentious family issues, naming rights and the sensitivity of sibling relationships. The vast majority of Redditors sided with OP, insisting that she was not a terrible person at all. They emphasized that naming a child is a personal choice for each parent. You are under no obligation to give up the name you've long dreamed of. Sarah's desire to have both children share the same name is unrealistic and will cause a lot of confusion. She suggested this strange idea, and you have the right to say no. This comment received tens of thousands of upvotes and multiple Reddit awards. Just because someone is pregnant doesn't give them the right to demand things or make others do what they want. Sarah is using the pregnancy to manipulate you. Here's a simple one. Who picked the name first? If you've talked about it for a long time and it's meaningful to you, then you have the right to keep it. Sarah could have chosen a different name. Two lilies at the same birthday party? Imagine the chaos. You did the right thing by avoiding that. Don't back down. The name is special to you. You have the right to choose your child's name without being pressured or coerced by others. A few comments tried to offer a more balanced perspective or suggested better communication or pointed out the faults of both parties. NAH. It's an awkward situation when you both like the same name. Maybe Sarah thought it was a cute idea and meant no harm. The issue is how to communicate so that both of you can understand each other better and find a solution. This comment is often disputed and receives fewer upvotes. ESH if they can't resolve this issue in a mature way. Sarah is wrong to try to force you, and you could have also chosen to be a little more gentle. Criticize the narrator. These are extremely few, usually focused on claiming that OP is too rigid or not sympathetic enough to a pregnant person. YTA. She's pregnant. You should be more sympathetic. Naming your child is her right, and you saying you will change your name is an excessive and unnecessary control. This comment is often strongly criticized and receives many downvotes. In addition to the 1,000 times NTA comment mentioned, another comment has also touched the hearts of many people and caused a storm of emotions because of its deep analysis of the right to own a name and disrespect. NTA. This is not just about the name. This is about personal boundaries and respect. You have cherished this name for a long time. Sarah's attempt to co-own it, and then getting angry when you refused, shows a lack of respect for your personal rights. A name is a very private and personal choice for parents. You did the right thing by defending it. This comment received thousands of upvotes and awards, emphasizing the importance of respecting personal choice. The Reddit community not only gave their verdict, but also actively engaged and expanded this thread into many deeper discussions, offering advice and sharing personal experiences. Name ownership. The debate over who has the right to a name, especially when there is overlap in the family. Naming culture. Sharing experiences about having multiple people with the same name and the confusion it causes. Pregnancy sensitivity. Discussing whether pregnancy should be a shield for all behavior. Family boundaries. Emphasizing the importance of setting clear boundaries in family relationships, especially with step-siblings. Alternative name advice. Many users suggested names similar or ways to differentiate, using a middle name. Overall, the Reddit community has been strongly supportive of the OP, seeing her actions as necessary to protect her right to choose. After receiving overwhelming support and thoughtful advice from the Reddit community, OP has found the strength to deal with this difficult situation. She has provided some important updates on what happened next and how she is feeling. Summary of updates. Sarah has backed down. Reluctantly, after the argument, Sarah and her stepmother distanced themselves from OP for a while. However, Sarah later announced that she and her husband had chosen a different name for their daughter, not Lily. While she did not apologize, it is clear that Sarah has come to terms with the situation. Strained relationship. OP and Sarah's relationship is still strained and not as warm as before, but not to the point of being completely severed. OP felt it was necessary to protect her rights. OP still named their daughter Lily. OP and her husband still decided to name their daughter Lily, and they are very happy with that choice. Lesson learned. OP realized that it is important to set boundaries, even with loved ones. She learned to stand up for her decisions. OP now feels relieved and satisfied that she was able to protect the name she loved for her daughter. She admits that the fight was difficult, but she believes she did the right thing. While her relationship with her stepsister may not be the same, OP prioritizes the happiness and autonomy of her small family. She learned an important lesson about standing up to family pressure and standing up for important personal decisions. OP's story is a classic example of how conflicts can arise from seemingly small issues like a name, but touch on deep values about personal rights, boundaries, and family expectations. Conflicting emotions in the story OPs. Initially, excitement and affection for the name. Then shock, annoyance, and frustration at being named the same. Finally, determination, serenity, and satisfaction at defending her rights. Sarah's stepsister could be naivety or initial desire for intimacy. Then sadness, anger, and hurt at being rejected. Family's stepmother could be defending her biological daughter, lacking objectivity, and blaming OP. Reddit communities, from outrage for Sarah to empathy for OP to rational analysis of privacy and sensitivity. The Reddit community, in this case, acted as a powerful support and validation for the OP. When the OP felt isolated and blamed by her family, the community provided a space for her to share her story and receive empathy and support. Receiving an overwhelming NTA ruling helped the OP strengthen her confidence in her decision and deal with the pressure from her family. This proves that Reddit can be a place to seek understanding, support, and helpful advice when dealing with complex personal issues. Character analysis OP narrator represents a woman who values her independence and the right to choose what is important in her life. She shows determination in standing up for her personal beliefs and desires, even in the face of family pressure. Stepsister Sarah represents a woman who, either intentionally or unintentionally, tends to disrespect other people's boundaries or is overly sensitive during pregnancy. Her behavior shows OP's lack of awareness of her personal rights. Family stepmother represents some family members who may be biased or unbiased in conflicts, making the situation more complicated. Lessons learned. The right to name a child is private. Naming a child is one of the most personal and important decisions a person will make. Parents. No one has the right to force or control that choice. Pregnancy sensitivity is not a shield for all behavior. While pregnant women should be understood, that condition should not be a reason to be overly demanding or manipulative. The importance of boundaries. Establishing and maintaining clear boundaries in family relationships is essential to avoid misunderstandings, conflicts, and protect personal independence. Having the same name can be problematic. While it may seem like a cute idea to some, having two children with the same name, especially close relatives born close together, often leads to confusion and loss of individual uniqueness. Standing up for yourself under pressure. Sometimes standing up for your rights requires determination and the ability to handle disapproval from others, including loved ones. Direct but polite communication is best. In difficult situations, communicating your wishes in a clear and concise manner, being clear and polite, even if it may be initially uncomfortable, is often better than remaining silent and enduring the discontent. OP's story is a clear example of how in life, seemingly small issues like a name can become the center of major family conflicts. It is a powerful reminder of the importance of respecting each other's autonomy and setting clear boundaries in all relationships. It is a call to always think carefully before acting, especially when making requests that may affect the personal choices of others. Because sometimes a name is more than just a name, it is a part of a dream, an identity, and a specialness. What do you think of this story? How would you handle it if you were in OP's situation? Have you ever encountered any awkward same-name situations in your family? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thanks for following Real Reddit Moments. See you in the next story.